The notification lit up my phone at 20:17 a.m. The room already thick with the kind of silence that only exists when something is about to break. Payment pending 2,400. Recipient her. I didn't blink. I didn't move. I just stared at the ceiling while my pulse slowed instead of spiked. Like my body already knew this moment had been waiting its turn. Somewhere down the hall my son breathed in his sleep, soft and trusting. I memorized that sound. I needed it steady. I needed it clean. I opened the app. I didn't cancel the transfer. Not yet. I wanted to see how far she'd go if she thought no one was watching. The next morning, my sister wouldn't meet my eyes on FaceTime. She talked too fast, laughed too loud. The way people do when they think noise can drown out guilt. My parents hovered behind her in the kitchen of the rental house they'd chosen over my son's first birthday cake. You look tired. My mother said. Concern practiced to perfection. I didn't sleep. I said, that part was true, just not for the reason she thought. No one mentioned the birthday they missed. No apology. No explanation. Just a vague comment about how these weekends come together so fast. As if my child's first year on earth had been penciled in after a pedicure. I watched them. I always had. That was the mistake they made, assuming silence meant ignorance. It started with small things. The kind you forgive because it's easier than confronting the pattern. My sister had always needed help. Money here. Access there. Just temporarily. We'd opened a shared account years ago when she was between jobs, when I still believed support was a two-way street. I tracked the numbers because that's who I am. She assumed I didn't because that's who she needed me to be. The birthday weekend was the first crack I couldn't unsee. They didn't just skip it. They planned around it. A spa weekend, matching robes. Group photos posted while my son smashed frosting into his hair without them. I said nothing. Silence is useful when people underestimate it. The 2,400 wasn't random. I knew that the second I saw the number, it was calculated. 2 months of her rent. An amount just high enough to matter. Just low enough that she thought I might not notice immediately. I checked the timestamp. 3 minutes after midnight. Liquor, courage, or entitlement, I wasn't sure which. I let the payment sit. Then I started documenting, screenshots, account logs, past transfers. The way my parents' names kept appearing in group texts whenever money moved. I read messages I'd ignored before. Reread conversations with new eyes. It's incredible how betrayal hides in plain language once you know what you're looking for. I didn't confront anyone. I waited. The call came that afternoon. Hey, my sister said, syrupy. Did you see that transfer? Venmo's being weird. I hummed thoughtfully, let the pause stretch until it got uncomfortable. Weird how? I asked. Another pause, longer this time. It just sent something by mistake. She was fishing. Testing depth. I'll look into it. I said calm. Neutral. The tone of someone who hasn't decided your fate yet. She exhaled. Relief. That was my cue. That night I locked the account, changed the passwords. Moved every remaining dollar into a new account under my name only. I didn't block them, I wanted them to notice. The fallout was immediate. My mother called first. Then my father. Then my sister again, voice sharp now, stripped of pretense. You embarrassed me, she snapped. I let that sit between us. You tried to steal from me, I said quietly. She laughed. Actually laughed. It's family money. There it was. The belief system. The entitlement that had fed on my compliance for years. I didn't argue. I sent one email. Clinical, screenshots attached, dates highlighted. A simple explanation of why access was revoked and contact would be limited going forward. No emotion. No accusations, just facts. They came to my house 2 days later. Unannounced. My parents stood on the porch like a jury that had already reached a verdict. My sister stayed in the car. You're overreacting, my father said before I even opened the door fully. I nodded. Let him keep talking. My mother reached for my arm. We just want to understand. I understand. I said, perfectly. I stepped aside and let them in. Sat them at the table where my son ate his meals. The cake stain from his birthday still faintly visible on the wood. I slid my phone across the table. Read. I said. They did. Slowly, the silence stretched. I watched my mother's mouth tighten, my father's jaw clench. The moment recognition hits is always quieter than people expect. She didn't mean. My mother started. I raised a hand. She meant enough to try. No yelling. No tears. Control is louder than anger. I told them they were cut off too. Not financially, emotionally. Access revoked. Boundaries set. Consequences enforced. They stared at me like I was someone else entirely. Good. The confrontation with my sister happened last. I met her in a cafe. Public. Neutral ground. She wore sunglasses indoors, like armor. You always think you're smarter than everyone, she said. I leaned forward. No. I just stopped pretending you weren't. I showed her the final move. The email I'd already sent to the rest of the family. The one explaining everything before she could rewrite the story. I watched her face drain as she realized the narrative was no longer hers to control. You didn't have to do this, she whispered. I stood. Yes, I said. I did. Cutting them off wasn't the revenge. That was just the boundary. The real payoff came weeks later, when the noise stopped. When the guilt trips dried up. When my son learned to walk without them in the room. And I realized how much lighter the air felt. I sleep now. I trust myself again. And the silence they once took for weakness, I wear it like a crown.